What is up, winning team? On another episode of I Told You So. Literally, I told you guys, the Hollyweird, the entertainment industry is going to come crashing down. How many times have I said this? Even the education system. Today, can you imagine? Today. One of these people I know who have been going through a lot at school, so they've been like asking me a lot of advice, like what to do with their daughter because of a lot of stuff, and I kind of touched on it in other videos. Was like to me today, oh, you shouldn't have kids. You shouldn't have kids. You should just get a dog instead, because like how much stress they're going through with the school. The school's not helping. The school's saying, like, with this whole situation, the entertainment industry is crashing. And like I was listening to this video by this woman of God who I like, who I listen to every day actually. And she was like, she made this video. She was like, oh, and God, I was spending time with the Lord, and the Lord was saying that the entertainment industry is going to come crashing down. The celebrities and the influencers that we're seeing. I was like, literally, how is it now that you're coming to this knowledge? I've been saying this. Listen, I'm telling you guys, I'm working hard on YouTube at the moment because everybody's going to be forced to wake up. And when everybody wakes up and everybody's like finally starts watching my videos and everyone realizes I've been talking about this stuff for years and years, and I've been trying to help the people even though I've been faced with betrayal and resistance, I'm going to be chilling. I'm going to be taking the break that I've been praying to the Lord for like 6 years now, because this is crazy. And I'm not saying any of this because I'm happy. Like, I'm not happy to see things come crashing down. I'm not happy to see destruction. The reason why I speak up about stuff is because I want to be preventative. And not like, even when God reveals stuff, he doesn't always reveal stuff. Like, we're learning about this in Bible study, which is a long story about Bible study. But in Bible study this week, we were talking about like how, Jonah had made a prophecy that God was going to destroy a place. And the reason why God makes prophecies a lot of the time is not because he wants that thing to actually happen. It's because he wants to prevent it from happening. And this is what frustrates me about this freaking society and this freaking planet, because there's going to have to be more destruction, and there's going to have to be more chaos, and there's going to have to be more heartbreak. There's going to have to be more death and all sorts of things for people to wake the freak up. And it's like, I literally told you so. And when it happens, everything that I've said is going to happen. Anybody who's here and who's paying attention, who's been here for like 2 years at least, look at how much 2024 was like the year of everything that I said was going to happen happening. And the world was here shocked, like, oh, we don't know how this happened. We don't know where there's this. And what am I met with? Resistance. But what is the world met with? Oh, we just trust in these governments and we trust in these entertainment industries and all these folks. Yeah, listen, guys, listen. I'm trying to show my love to y'all by keeping you in the loop and letting you know ahead of time. This is me trying to actually love you guys, because I don't want to see. It breaks my heart looking at the state of the world. I'm not like excited about it. I'm heartbroken every single day. I wake up on this planet. I look around at how lost people are. Like, even right now when I'm out and about, right, running some errands, I'm looking around and people are just minding their own business. People don't realize that the way that they're just walking about right now, it's a Saturday, it's the afternoon. They're out with their families. They think that this is just going to be how it's going to be every week. Every week they go to work, they do their usual. People don't realize there is an actual enemy working against us, who is, these days of how this thing is right now and how casual all of this is, these are behind us. It's just that people haven't realized it yet. And unfortunately, people are only going to realize when they actually have to deal with it, because people are such cowards that they don't like to think about things that make them uncomfortable. So then they just wait until they have to deal with things when it's already too late. And then they wonder why they can't do anything, because they didn't plan to, because they didn't prepare, because they just assumed that everything was going to be fine and everything was going to stay the same and they would never have to deal with everything, because that's how people think, because that's so illogical. Even though you see the signs, and even though the Lord sends people to warn you about what's coming, and you don't want to listen. So yeah, the entertainment industry, just you watch. Listen, you don't need to like. I've left behind in 2024, even entertaining people who try to make me sound like I'm crazy, because you will find out the hard way for yourself. And I don't want to be there for when you wake up, because I'm not happy. I'm not happy to see that I was right. I'm not happy to prove you wrong. I'm heartbroken. So yeah, I just thought I would add that, because again, it just kind of annoys me. Like this girl, and again, she's probably more in with the Lord, like as in like she's probably more disciplined with her time spent with the Lord, and probably sins less than I do, and all this kind of thing, yeah, on a day-to-day. But then when it comes down to it, and this is what I'm saying about the difference between religion and relationship, it's like at a certain point, if you're not even open-minded enough to truly hear anything and whatever sounds crazy, and it's all hitting you now, all this at the very last minute, it's a little bit like, because she was like, this is all going to be staged. I was like, of course it's going to be freaking staged. Of course it's going to be freaking staged. That's literally what the Bible says. It's literally what the Lord is saying. They're going to stage these things. They're going to try and make it look like God is doing this and God is doing that to cause confusion. The Bible literally says this. I don't understand why it's taken even the people of God so long to freaking wake up to everything. And yes, the Lord is trying to change my heart and trying to, change my heart posture because I shouldn't be so mad. But it does frustrate me because, like I said, we could have dealt with so many of these things previously, which means that we wouldn't be where we are now, which means people wouldn't be going through this stuff. If we had people been listening previously, we could have made changes before we got to where we are now. But instead, we're going to have to deal with things and everything comes crashing down. We're all just going to have to now start to fix everything while everything comes crashing down. Wondering how this all happened, as if there wasn't any signs, as if you just look and pay attention, open your eyes and look around. It's like now when I'm looking around, it's the most obvious thing ever. As I'm looking around and I can see everybody and I can see what's happening, I can see how the world works, I can see how things are changing in this town. I've been saying to you, I'm noticing all the little changes and the different things, and how these little changes are all signs of things that the governments and the powers that be are doing, and ways that they are backing us into the corner. And this is all so that eventually we all have to just rely on them. Remember what it says. People talk about the end times all the time, right? The end times, the end times. Remember what it says in the Bible about the end times, that the Antichrist will control the power to buy and sell. Buy and sell, ladies and gentlemen. So all these little things that you're seeing in the world, all these little things that you're not doing anything about, you're not standing up for anything, you're not speaking up about anything, you're not taking it seriously when people are warning you. All these little things are the things that are going to come back to bite you in the butt. And then when you're backed into the corner and the devil has a gun at your forehead and you're going to be wondering, how did I get here? I'm going to have to just fold. I'm going to have to bend over for the devil once a freaking again. You're going to be wondering how you got to that position. And I'm telling you now, because when the time was there, when the truth was being said, and when you were being given the opportunity to prepare in advance, and when the information was in front of you, and when you were seeing the beginnings of things, and when you were just before the time when there was going to be all this stuff happening, there's already been so much happening in 2025. Why are people surprised? And and this is the thing, and this is where it's like, obviously God is gracious and he wants you to come back at every point, even when it's too late, and it doesn't matter. God will give you a million, God is completely unconditionally loving, right? That's not the point. I'm not trying to say this in fear. I'm saying maybe we should learn for future seasons, and maybe we should just listen the first time. This is why I say adults are no different to children. The same way that I have to say to the kids, like, maybe you should have listened to what I said the first time. Maybe when I told you that you should do this in this way the first time, you should have listened. Same thing I'm saying to the adults. Maybe you should listen the first time. Maybe when people are sounding like conspiracy theorists and people are speaking out about the truth and accusing people who have no skin in the game. I'm not making a single penny, not a dime, not a cent, not a nothing on this YouTube platform. I could be here making fun videos about nothing, but I actually care. And that's not because I'm trying to get you guys to be like, oh, wow, you noble individual. No, it's to say, think about who actually has reason to tell you lies and who actually has reason to tell you the truth. So think about who benefits from telling you lies and who benefits from telling you the truth. Think about that. Think about that for a second. That's all I'm saying, because when things start coming crashing down, again, as they're already crashing, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, how has this happened? We become too comfortable and too settled in this life that we live, that we think that we take for granted the fact that today you wake up and you have a normal Saturday like you normally do. Monday you wake up and you go to work and you drop your kids off at school. You take for granted all those things, and you think that just because you've had that, and just because, especially for those of us in the West, which honestly don't live lives like other people, haven't learned survival skills like other countries and other places in the world, you take all of this stuff for granted. And all I'm saying is, listen, I'm trying to sound the alarm bell so we can wake the freak up. And I'm just waiting for somebody else. I'm waiting for people to stand the freak up against the kingdom of darkness. This is why I'm getting tired. This is why I'm like, I say to you guys all the time, God, why am I here? Because what's the point of being here when I can see the enemy and I can see what the enemy's doing, and nobody wants to stand up? Everybody just wants to continue living comfortably until everything comes crashing down, and then panic and not know what to do. And then you go and trust the people who have the most reason possible to take advantage, to abuse the power that you give them, to be corrupt, to take it, to what's the word I'm trying to look for here? Exploit you. Those are the people you want to put your trust in. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, guys, that's all I got to say. Relax again. Let's make it. God bless you. God loves you. I love you, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.